Welcome to Sunday Dusk. And here's your host, Corvus Twig.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Shut the hell up. Stop cheering. Stop. Thank you so much.
Drink some water.
Oh, I gotta drink some water. Okay, that's quick. Just drinking water right out of the gate. Ah, delicious. Well, welcome everybody to yet another episode of Sunday Dusk. It's been a week. And what a long week it's been, but a good week. Because I just spent the week up in the north woods of Minnesota at a cabin on a lake. And it was so wonderful. There were so many animals there. There were deer and birds and lots of mosquitoes. So many mosquitoes. Some of the deer were scary. I was sitting in one of the rooms of it, listening to music last night, and we look out the window, and there's just a deer right there. Just the deer, just listening to the music with us, just vibing. It was weird. But nah, they're good deer. They were good deer. But yeah, it'd be weird. I'd come out of the cabin in the morning and step outside, and oh, there's a deer right there, and then we stare at each other for 10 seconds, and then it turns around and runs away. Yeah, they were a little skittish, but, they weren't that scared of me. I'm just a little crow, crows aren't too scary to deer. We're a lot smaller than them, but yeah, deers are naturally skittish creatures. Yeah, but yeah, I'll be posting many of the pictures on the Discord, so look out for those when I finally get around to plugging my camera into the computer and get the pictures. But yeah, we got some good ones. Didn't get that many bird pictures. Why not, Twig? Why didn't you get bird pictures? Because I couldn't. I was trying. I got a few. But here's the thing. The trees had lots of leaves, and there were lots of pine trees with lots of thick needles and stuff on them. So I was just well, I can hear a bird. I know he's right over there, but you couldn't get a clear line of sight to it with the camera. It was real hard. But yeah, I got a few. It was good times, but I tell you, this cabin was middle of nowhere. We're hey, we're just going to go down to the quick, local gas station to grab something. It was a half-hour drive to get to, the nearest business. It was, when I say remote, this place was remote. But it was nice being out in nature. Not around so many human beings. Just able to sit back and relax and have a good time. So, enough about my vacation. Y'all must be wondering, Twig, your desk is looking a little bare. You just got the coffee and Modbot on it. Well, yeah, it was. I think we can all agree it was starting to get a little too cluttered. It was just too much clutter. But it's okay because I bought a special display case that has 2 voids. They're it's like a bag of holding, and all the gifts, I just shoved it into there, and as you can see, the gifts are on a nice little rotation. Nice, good little rotation. So you can see all the gifts that I've been given one at a time. Exactly, it's a box of showing, Hasio. Exactly what it is. See, we got the badge from Bon. We got the sushi that I believe was from Lampy. Thanks for sushi, Lampy. We got the tit. I don't remember who gave me the tit. Who gave me the tit? We got the Among Us twin. I mean, yeah, you can see all the gifts. I did get this sword behind me. That's on the wall. That was one of the gifts. It didn't fit in the box, so we're just gonna keep it hung on the wall. It looks good there anyway. I think the spicy noodles was. Oh wait, yeah, spicy noodles was that also from Lampy? Did Lampy give me 2 gifts? Because I also have the coffee mug from. Oh, God, who did give me the sushi now? Now I wonder. Now I don't remember who gave me the sushi. It's embarrassing. Yeah, there's the spicy noodles from Lampy, but I also have my coffee cup from Lampy's Picross streams in there, too. So, yeah. But, I'm pretty sure I got all the gifts. I'm pretty sure I got. See, there's my coffee cup. Gotta have my coffee cup. It's important. It's important. So we got a double lampy gift. Of course, we got to have the Crover board hat. Yeah. We're not just gonna sit here and go through every single item in there. That would be too much because dang, we got a good show today. We got a great guest. Because they're a bird, and a bird is the best guest. Any guest who's a bird is gonna be the best guest because bird guests are best guests. I mean, sorry for all of you who are not birds. You're good guests too, but bird. But well, thank you for the follow, R2 Shelby 2. I saw twos. I appreciate you giving me a little follow there. We always love to see new faces around here. Welcome to Sunday Dusk. Wow. Yeah. We got some fun stuff coming up. We're gonna have another episode of Twig's Missing Movies coming soon. And we're gonna be hitting a big, I'm not gonna say what movie is yet, but I tell you, it's a big cultural blind spot for me. You're gonna be like, Twig, how have you not seen this movie? I mean, Drake says that for every movie. So, hello, sibling. Oh, so that must mean you're a bird too. That makes you great. I mean, just being a bird automatically makes it great. It's great. It's great being a bird. It's great being a bird. Birds good. Birds good. I got some loon pictures. We do like loons. Loons are. I tell you though, late at night, you hear that loon call. I mean, that's like Friday the 13th stuff right there. That's like horror movie 101 is late at night. You hear the call of the loon. I can't do it. I'm not good at. I'll know what a loon sounds like. Oddly enough, we also one of the songs we listened to last night was Thriller. I think that has like the loon call in it. 'Cause it's a thriller. Yeah, we know it. Scandal noted. Yep. All right. So I suppose y'all want to listen to some news. Let me shrink myself down and get the news. Get the news popped up, because you might be wondering what happened this last week. Actually, not a lot. Damn, it was hard to find stories this week. I tell you, but I think we found some good ones. In fact, this first one was, oh my god, this story made me laugh, made me smile. So, my first story is about a donkey named Diesel. Diesel was a good, happy donkey, living a good life, but in 2019, he escaped. He escaped from his pen and ran out. They were out on a hike and just ran away from his owner, and they thought Diesel was lost. They looked for him. They tried to recover him, but unfortunately, Diesel could not be found. And so after a while, they gave up. They gave up and assumed that poor Diesel had probably died out there or was just not able to handle himself. But here we are 5 years later. And then something happened. Diesel was spotted. Not only was he was spotted amongst a herd of elk. And they observed this herd of elk. And old Diesel was hanging out with them. And he moved with them. And they seemed to be fine with him. That's right. Diesel didn't just escape his old life. He found a new family. Diesel has found himself to be one of the group. He's out there hanging out with the elk as one of the herd. And I think that's lovely. He's not only survived, but he's found a new family and he's thriving. So this is a great story about found family and somebody getting out there and living their best life. So Diesel, we gotta... We love you, Diesel. We're happy you're out there living your best life. Yes, he is a magnificent ass. Just a wonderful little wild burro. And yeah, it's kind of funny. It's very obvious that whoever took this photo was noticed by the herd because everybody. I mean, that's the the ungulates? Is that what they're called? Like, that's the ungulate stare, where it's like they've heard a noise, they stare right at you. My God, the deer were doing that to me so much. You'd make a noise, and the deer would just be like, "I'm gonna freeze and stare at you. We're staring. We're staring. And just shows off how cute their ears are. Big old ears. But there's Diesel doing the deer stare with elk, which are a type of deer. Yeah. Yeah. Diesel's learned it. He's one of the pack. Because clearly he didn't chase him off. Clearly they didn't attack him. They think of him as one of their own. And I think that's lovely. So, good job, Diesel. We're happy for you. So thanks to The Guardian for the article, Diesel the escaped pet donkey found living with elk after 5 years. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, my next story is about a vintage food. In fact, a vintage food that belonged to a former president. This former president at their homestead decided to take some food and store it in a safe place, and it was just recently discovered. And so you're wondering, oh, is this like, Gerald Ford or something had a whiskey collection, or maybe it was like, Reagan or something like that? No. We're going further back than that. We're talking George Washington, first president ever. And here are some excavators at Mount Vernon, his home. Because it turns out, over 250 years ago, old George Washington decided to fill up some jars with cherries and put those cherries into glass bottles and bury them for safekeeping under his floorboards and stuff. So for preservation, and apparently forgot about them or had to move for whatever reason. But they have now found 35 glass bottles filled with cherries. Now, as you can see, the glass bottles in the center of the picture there ain't so much in best shape they've ever seen. But yeah, they're going there. They're doing a big revitalization project to revitalize Mount Vernon and make it into a better historical site that's cleaner and more accurate to the times. It's just one of those restoration projects to preserve a place that's a piece of history. And it was while doing that they discovered these bottles. They first started out with just one, and the thing is like, oh, so the bottles seemed to be intact. And they carefully excavated, and not only did they find one bottle intact, they found 35 bottles intact. And they found that there were still cherries inside of these. Now here's the thing. Of the 35 bottles, only 29 of them contained whole preserved fruit. And they kind of smelled like cherries, but here's the thing. They think that they might be able to take these cherries, because some of them still have preserved pits. Now, they're not recommending eating these cherries. Nobody's going to be eating these cherries. Do not eat these cherries. That would be very bad. But they think, and they're going to try, that some of these cherries in these bottles, the pits might still be viable. And they're going to attempt to see if they can grow a cherry tree from the seeds that were found inside these bottles. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? That'd be pretty sweet if you ask me. It's a long shot. Don't get me wrong. It's a long shot. But I just think it's kind of cool that, hey, these are George Washington's cherries. And it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. It's hard to say exactly how they got there, but, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Jurassic Park, but with cherry trees. I never thought that a glass bottle would be a good place to store cherries, but then again, their bottling technique's a little different than ours. If the top's wide enough, I suppose you could get them in and pour them out. But yeah, like you said, don't eat the cherry trees. Or don't eat the cherries that are in these bottles. That's like the sarcophagus water. You don't want to drink that. But yeah, so thank you, Alexandra Petrie of the Washington Post, for the article, Hidden Under George Washington's Home, 35 Glass Bottles of Cherries. How about that? But our next story is also a bit of archaeology. Something that was not found here in the United States, but rather something in Egypt. But what they found was something that they didn't expected. A carving, an image of a person that would not exist until thousands of years after this was created. But it was an Egyptian person. But it was a depiction of a modern person. Not a living person. No, a famous cartoon character. That character, Marge Simpson. Yes, on the left here was a recently uncovered carving in the tomb of Egyptian nobility. And you look at that, and it's like, yeah, it's freaking Marge Simpson. Exactly, Hasio. Simpsons did it. They've been doing it apparently for thousands of years. It's, I mean, look at that. It's got the green dress and the big hair on top that's blue. I mean, it's probably a hat, not hair, but I mean, I don't see any other hair in the picture. It's freaking Marge Simpson. This is Marge Simpson. It's like the people founding it. They first started looking at it, and they immediately recognized it as Marge Simpson. Now, obviously, the picture is not actually depicting Marge Simpson, but it's just got that visual similarities that, well, I mean, jeez, you want to go into bad archaeology. This thing kind of looks like this other thing, therefore it must be this thing, is kind of rampant in the faux archaeology world. But yeah, this is one of those cases where, does this show that they predicted Marge Simpson and that they knew about Marge Simpson? No, of course not. But it's just kind of funny to see an ancient carving that looks like a modern character. Yeah, but one of the archaeologists said the Egyptians and Greeks were neighbors, so it's not too crazy to think that she may have married Homer. Yeah, that's the line of the article right there. Yeah, could have been contemporaries. But they are saying officially, the Egyptian Gazette is reporting that the coffin belongs to Tadi Ist, who is daughter of the high priest of Jaihuti and Ashmuenine. So apologies if I butchered those pronunciations, but no, so she's a daughter of a high priestess, so, noble-born woman. This wasn't in one of the big pyramids or anything. It was just a tomb of, Egyptian nobility. And they did a carving of her, and apparently she liked to wear green dresses and have her hair up and blue. And just like Marge Simpson. Just like Marge Simpson. So, yeah. Thanks to Callum Jones from Unilad for the article, Archaeologists Find Simpsons Lookalike in 3,000-Year-Old Egyptian Coffin. Yeah, it's wild stuff. Wild stuff. Speaking of wild stuff, this last one comes from the wild. A wild animal. One all the way out in Africa. And the animal, this orangutan here. Now, you see this poor orangutan got into a little scuffle with another orangutan male. And as you can see, he got kind of a bad little cut on his cheek. Poor guy. Poor guy. But here's the interesting part of it. You see, this guy's name is Rakus. He's part of a band that's been under observation, and they're doing studies on orangutan behavior. And this is something that, Rakus did something that we've never seen a wild animal do, and is shocking and eye-opening. See, when he got this injury, old Rakus went foraging in the woods, and he found a plant, and he took that plant and he ground up that plant, kind of chewed on it with his teeth to soften it up, and then he put that plant in his wound. He used this plant to treat his wound. And here's the thing, this plant is a plant that has been used for thousands of years by natives as a disinfectant to cure wounds. This is a plant that has real medicinal values and real medicinal uses. And this orangutan knew to use this plant to treat his wound. Apparently it reduces the pains, it can be there to reduce parasites and infection, and it's really quite amazing that an orangutan was doing something that, up until recently, humanity thought was exclusive to humans. Who taught him? And that's the thing. Who taught him? Probably other orangutans. Orangutans are smart. They're very smart animals. You ever see them doing stuff? It's like orangutans are pretty smart. Pretty smart. They understand things. They figure things out. They have language. They teach each other skills. They've learned how to do a lot of things, and medicine apparently is one of them. I mean, maybe they witnessed humans doing it first and mimicked the behavior and found out it works, but I don't know, it might be a little bit deeper than that. I think orangutans have a level of intelligence that I don't think people have really given them credit for. I just think it's pretty cool, because I want to see the Planet of the Apes. I want to see the Planet of the Apes scenario. I mean, it's not the first time a primate other than a human has been seen doing somewhat similar things. For example, like a lot of chimps and gorillas have been known to eat things that like soothe stomach pains, like eating ginger or something to help make your tummy ache go away. So they've been founding, but this is the first time we've ever seen one of them chew something up and put it directly onto a wound that actually has real value to put on a wound. So I think it's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty cool. They've probably been doing it for a long time. This is the first time we've observed it. So yeah, this is pretty great. So thanks to the Associated Press for the article, a wild orangutan used a medicinal plant to treat a wound, scientists say. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff in the news this week. Pretty cool, fun things. But that's all I got for the news today. That's all I got. So I suppose I better head over to my desk. Yoink. Well, folks, I mentioned that my guest this week is a bird. They are a bird. They're a streamer. They're a harpy. They're pretty cool. Everyone, I would like to welcome on to Sunday Dusk. Give a warm round of applause for Chiyako.
Hey, that's me.
Hey.
That's me. Let's go.
That's you. Let's go. Woo.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yay.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, Chiyako, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to be here. You know?
Yeah.
I just flew in from out of town, and boy, are my wings tired.
Yeah, unfortunately, us birds, they don't let us on airplanes, so we actually have to fly in. And it's like, okay, maybe that's easy for an albatross who can just stick their wings out and just soar. But come on, us crows and harpies. I mean, do you have to flap your wings constantly like us crows do? Or are you able to soar a little bit?
It's mostly flapping.
Yeah, it's mostly flapping.
I try not to do that in public, though, but...
Well, I mean, you gotta know when to flap and when not to flap. You definitely don't want to do it inside an enclosed room. A lot of people don't realize how big our wingspans are until we get those wings out there, and suddenly we're knocking over vases, and it's just a big problem.
So true.
It's so true. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, who is Chiyako?
Chiyako. I'm green. I'm a bird. I stream on Twitch, although not as often recently, which I'm trying to get better about. But yeah, I've been streaming for, oh my god, so many years. I think I started in 2018, although I've been pretty infrequent.
2018.
Play games.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Although I've taken some vacations.
Yeah,
but I used to stream every day.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Sometimes you just gotta take a mental break. Streaming takes a lot out of you. It's a commitment. But we appreciate you making the commitment and going out there and doing it. Look at your last game played. It was a gas station simulator or something.
Yeah, I did. I played Gas Station Simulator, and I like 100% of the game because it's super chill.
Now, what kind of achievements would a game like that have that you would 100% on?
It's mainly just collecting everything and buying everything. There's a lot of like unlockables.
Gotta unlock the unlockables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's accurate with for one, does the game have a customer who walks up to at the front of a very long line and then buys lottery tickets and then sits there scratching them off at the counter while people behind them in line get more and more irritated?
No, the lottery machine's actually on the outside of the building. It's
Ah, okay. So he's not accurate to.
not accurate now.
That's always the worst person to get stuck
There
behind.
there
So-
are customers in the game though that get mad if they get stuff for free.
What? How do you
Yeah.
get mad if you get something for free? Who gets mad at
If-
that?
If you forget to scan the item and you just put it in their basket, they get mad at you.
What?
Like,
Why
what?
are they getting mad? That should be like your boss should get mad at you, but not.
Right.
What kind of? It's like, oh, I forgot to give you the. I forgot to charge you for this item. Welcome, Cinnamon Wee 117.
Hi,
Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah. Welcome everybody who is. Oh, thanks for the follow. Thanks for follow. Yes, welcome everybody who is a Chiyako follower. This is just my little talk show, and yeah. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you about was your model, because you were telling me a little bit about it before stream, but I think it's kind of fascinating. Yeah, why don't you tell us a little about the software that you've used to make it? I'm gonna put the link in the chat there.
Yeah, so this is a program. It's really neat. It's called VTuber Kit. It's 100% free, and you can make your model inside the program, and then you can track it with the program. All you need is a webcam, and everything's included. You can even add your own custom little pieces. So I have like my wings and stuff, which are not part of the program natively, but you can draw them up and slap them on. It's real cool.
Yeah.
And then you can even do like toggles and stuff and change between shirt things. It's super cool. There's Twitch integration, so you can get stuff thrown at you.
Yes.
And head
we
pat.
always like to have stuff thrown at you and get a head pat, like me pressing F9. Ow. Peanut and head pat. But yeah, I think it's really neat, and I was saying that it's like it seems like it really is a kind of program that really makes VTubing accessible. So, like, you know, if you're one of those people that is like, oh, I want a VTube, but I don't want to go through the effort of making a model, or I don't want to go through the effort of, I don't have enough money to pay an artist and a rigger, and it's just like, well, hey, here's a program where you can do that. And I mean, I'm looking at the results, and I mean, it's pretty cute. I like it. It's very cute.
Yeah. They kind of there's a lot of options, but they kind of all end up looking sort of like this. but I mean, again, there's you can add custom stuff, so there's a lot you can do.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people have said that about Vroids. Like, I think it seems kind of similar to a Vroid thing, where it's just like there's a lot of built-in things, but people have really gone overboard with custom stuff that they add in, stuff like that. I mean, look what Lampy's done. Lampy's done some amazing stuff with Vroids, and I imagine if this software keeps getting more and more popular, there's going to be people doing all sorts of mods and tools, and like you'll be able to import all sorts of cool stuff that people have made and really get something that looks unique without it, you know, without having to spend a ton of money on rigging.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting for a program like this to come out. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll mess around with it and make a human version of Twig. That could be fun.
Whoa, human twig.
Oh, what would a human Twig even look like? Be weird. Real weird. But yeah. So you said you've been streaming for over 5 years now, which is pretty impressive. Now, is there any games in particular that have really stood out to you as like these are like my core streaming games?
Oh, definitely. It's got to be VR chat. Is my core one. I used to play VR chat and stream every day. But I haven't streamed VR chat in a while, but
yeah,
that's got to be.
I mean, VR chat's an amazing game. I too play VR chat, so if
All
you
right,
want
let's
to hang
go.
out, yeah, I got a group that my other streaming friends who have been recent guests, Bunny, Ghoul, and Tora. They play VR chat with me sometimes, and we're part of a group that does like events every Friday and Saturday night. It's really fun, and it's just like, yeah, VR chat is just like, how is this game free? How is this game free and better than the metaverse in literally every single way?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got a big group. We're on every Friday night. We get drunk. we play on Friday nights. It's real fun.
I mean, if you're getting intoxicated on substances and playing VR chat is just always a good time. Have you played a world called Probability Labs?
Probably.
A high probability. It's the one where like everybody starts on their own like platform, and then like a series, like every 5 seconds, a random effect happens, and it might be like a meteor shower's coming now, or like a laser beam's gonna go across the thing, or like, some people are gonna have their platforms become bigger. It's like, and it just keeps going and having like, if some of the effects are good, some of the effects are bad. It just keeps going until only one person is left, and then they win, and they get
That
points.
sounds real good. I should check that out. I actually haven't played that yet.
Ah, yeah, give it a try.
I feel like I've really missed. Even though I've played VR chat for so long, I have feel like I missed out on a lot of worlds because we usually just sit around the same handful of worlds, just like drinking and hanging out.
I mean, that's good times too. What are some of your favorite worlds?
Oh, I couldn't even name any.
Can't even name them?
Yeah, no, it's really mainly just hanging out in like
Black Cat Cafe, furry hangout.
I think we go to Sovereign's Chill Home.
Sovereign's
and we go to
I think I've heard of that one.
Avenue Pub.
Avenue Pub is good. I like the Midnight Bar, the one based off of the Valhalla game. You've been there?
Haven't been there.
Oh, it's great because like one person is like the bartender. I think you can actually have multiple bartenders, but they're behind the bar, and there's actually drink recipes, and you have to like make the recipes, and if you make it correctly, then you get the drink, and then when people drink it, like it makes crazy effects. Like,
oh my gosh.
It's great. Yeah, and it's based off of the video game Valhalla.
Yeah, I think I have been there like once, but we didn't properly have a go at it. We just quickly looked at it and then left after like 5 minutes.
Oh, you gotta do the thing and get the drink menu and look at all the recipes, and there's even some hidden secret recipes and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, would recommend. But some of my favorite worlds are the ones that are just like big experiences with lots of stuff to explore. One of the big popular ones is called Organism, and it's just like crazy weird liminal spaces and you explore. It's just so much cool stuff to do. And then yeah, we also do like game nights and stuff. You ever done any of the like flying worlds with like the jets and stuff?
Oh yeah, not recently, but but I've flown around a bit.
Yeah, the main one just had a recent update and added a bunch of really cool stuff and better textures. It's pretty neat. And it's crazy how big that world is. Like, sometimes you're in VR chat and you're like, is the space I'm in actually that big, or are they just using tricks to make it seem that big? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know a lot of it uses tricks, skyboxes. So many of those hangout levels have skyboxes that make it seem like you're in a city, and I always was like, what city is this? Try and figure out what city I'm in. But, one of my favorite things doing VR chat is play the mini golf worlds. You ever played mini golf?
Oh, I love mini golf is one of my passions. I love the mini golf. It is so much fun.
Miniature golf is just, it's so much better than regular golf.
It's like regular golf, but denser. It's more refined, compacted.
Yeah. Me and the girl bird, we have a plan to play every single mini golf course in our metropolitan area.
Oh my god,
by
there
the
you
end
go.
Of summer. It'll be great. Yeah. But we did just play one, not at a different cabin 2 weeks ago, because, we both have family members with cabins. That's what you got to do. Don't buy a cabin. Just get a family member to have a cabin so you don't have to pay for it.
Yes, you had a family. Oh my god, it's so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. So easy. Yeah, we played one. It was just like, I found that like mini golf courses that are just way out in rural areas, like by lakes and stuff, are like some of the better ones. Like they're really well designed and with cool theming and
well, they got the space for it.
That's true. Yeah. They've got a mini golf at the Mall of America that's basically just like in a storefront. And you just like, it's like in the space that a store would be. And you just kind of go through like a little maze. But hey, it works. We did actually, Bentai in the chat in there, and also Cannon Fodder, another friend of ours, we played mini golf at in Vegas, and it was Twilight Zone mini golf, and every hole was themed off of an episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, oh, you're right, Bentai. That would be fun to go do a mini golf on one of the days in there.
I went to, not that long ago, it was a mini golf place, but it was in a bar. And the whole idea was that it's a mix between a bar and a mini golf place. And you could, you could like literally order drinks while you're playing mini golf, and someone would walk up to you and give you your drink. And then at every like hole, there would be like a little table where you could put it down if you wanted to take your shot and then pick it back up.
Now that sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, and everything was done on the tablets. So each hole had like a tablet, and you would put in your name, and then you would put your score. So you don't have to write everything down. You don't have to carry anything around you other than your drink and your club.
Yeah, because being the scorekeeper, having to carry around the golf pencil, and it's like, what do? You shove it in your pocket, and then you pull it out, and it's all like crinkled, and yeah, that sounds better. That place sounds awesome.
The tablets were all synced, so it would know whose team is going to go next, and you would just walk up and then tap your score, and then walk away to the next one.
That is so cool. There's a couple of mini golf places around here in town that are like artist done, where like they're like art mini golf courses, and a couple of the holes on both of these courses aren't exactly what I would call playable. Like, one of the holes is literally just like a giant pool table, and like the balls are like affixed in there, and it's just like, okay, that's the hole. And you're like, what are you supposed to do? Just set your ball anywhere on the pool table and try and get it into a hole? And I guess so. It's just like, I don't know. It isn't even just a score thing. It's just like weird art things, but as mini golf.
That is weird.
But there was a really cool one. There's a place called Can Wonderland nearby that is actually a little bit more playable. But like, there's one where you hit your ball into a Ferris wheel, and it like goes all around the Ferris wheel and then dumps it off. Or there's a baseball hole where you have to like launch it up a ramp, and then there's like holes in like a sheet that you'd have to try and hit your ball through. And it's just like a single, a double, a triple, or a home run. And then but then they say like that's like a home run is a hole in one. But if you don't get it through one of the holes or something, then you just have to putt into a hole. But it's like it's just like crazy, the craziest ideas. And the fun thing about this one is like you keep moving down the line, and then the 18th hole is like a 200-foot just straight away back to the beginning of the course.
All right.
It's the longest mini golf hole I've ever played. It's like seriously like 200 feet long. And it's just like, well, I'm just gonna hit the ball as hard as I can down the rail.
That's just regular golf.
Yeah. Well, there's also a mini golf course in a city nearby me that's like real grass mini golf. And instead of having walls around the grass, it's just thick rough. So it's like actually like actual putting. But like it's mini golf.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, it's real neat.
Yeah, I found a couple of YouTubers. I don't know if you've seen them, but it's a couple, and they go around different places and travel to mini golf places.
Nice.
And then they have videos up of them like, oh, we're in, Pennsylvania at this place, and we're mini golfing here. And they have so many cool mini golf places they've showed off. I was like, dang, they're living my life. They're living my best life. Mm-hmm. I want to do that.
Now,
they're super cool.
I think one of the best things of a mini golf course is it's got to have a theme. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is the best theme for a mini golf course to have?
Ooh.
Because you can't go wrong with Pirates Cove type places. That's classic.
Yeah. Or like Western, like cowboys and stuff.
Oh yeah, good Western cowboy one could be fun. I mean, medieval one. I've been to a couple medieval ones that are like fantasy, has like dragons and stuff like that. That's cool.
Or like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yes. But we don't mean just like you have a couple, fiberglass dinosaurs and that's it. You gotta go. I want to be hitting into a T-Rex's mouth at some point, dang it. Yeah, up here in Minnesota, we got a lot of North Woods themed mini golf courses. Like at the Mall of America, there's one called Moose Mountain. That's
Moose Mountain. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's actually two of them there. There's Moose Mountain and Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages is the one that's just like in a storefront. But Rock of Ages is actually kind of cool because it's like all blacklight, and each hole is like, as you progress through the holes, you like progress through rock and roll history. So it starts off in like the 50s era, and then you move to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But
that's cool.
But it's kind of expensive and it's not the best course. Moose Mountain's a way better designed course because it's just bigger. And you got cool stuff. And you're looking out over an amusement park that's themed over Nickelodeon, which used to be themed. It used to be Camp Snoopy. Camp Snoopy was great. Nickelodeon Universe sucks. It's always kind of funny because Nickelodeon Universe has like all these advertisements for shows that have been canceled for like 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
Or like rides for, like one of the roller coasters is the Fairly Odd Parents. It's like, how long ago did that show go off the air?
Oh, not soon enough.
Yeah. They just got done building a big Paw Patrol playground there. Freaking Paw Patrol. I didn't even realize that was a Nickelodeon property.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's like almost all the shows they have there are based off of shows that I was a little too old to really know about. Like, I kind of miss SpongeBob. I never really got much into SpongeBob because I was, like, in late high school when it first came out. And it's just like, it just kind of missed me. But dang, that show was big.
Original SpongeBob was so good.
Oh, is that one of those shows that got bad over the years?
Well, it took a while, but eventually, yeah.
Well, how many seasons did that show have?
Oh, I don't even know. So many.
So many.
There's a lot. A lot of them are good, too, but it's like... I went back and watched like a compilation of someone talking about SpongeBob and including scenes and stuff, and it's like all the really cool, funny, quotable stuff is like from the first like 3 seasons, and that's it.
Look, I'm involved in a lot of things that talk about The Simpsons, and every reference that people make to The Simpsons is from the first like 10 seasons.
Yeah,
and then after that, oh boy,
how many seasons does that show have?
I believe they are on season 35 now.
Oh my gosh.
And they stopped being good. In my opinion, season 9 was the last watchable season. Some people say that 10, 11, or 12, but I didn't like those. It's just... Yeah, I think I saw somebody say that like the Who Shot Mr. Burns thing took place closer to the moon landing than the present. And that hurt me deeply. Yeah. Because it happened 27 years ago, and the moon landing was 26 years before that. Hasio is saying they only watch for Treehouse of Horrors. The Treehouse of Horrors, interestingly enough, I've appreciated how many episodes of Treehouse of Horrors were based off of Twilight Zone episodes. You ever watched Twilight Zone?
I did not, actually. That's one of the ones I missed.
It holds, for a show made in the late 50s and early 60s, it holds up surprisingly well. Like, not every episode is great, but I think it's worth watching. It was on Netflix at one point, but I don't know if it still is, because, I mean, who knows how long anything stays on any streaming network these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you really love a show, you gotta find a way to download it, because it may be gone forever.
I just gotta watch it in VR chat.
Oh my god. You ever gone to... some of the stuff in VR chat, I'm wondering how they get away with it. Like, have you ever been to the movie theater there where you just, like, type in a movie and they probably have it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I do for a lot of anime.
Yes. Yeah, you did mention that you are big into anime. What's the most recent anime that you have been into?
Oh, I just started Steins Gate, actually.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, it's a really popular one. It's ranked like number 2 or something on a lot of anime websites.
Well, you have to forgive me. I don't watch too much anime, so I'm not the best to know about it. But I got nothing against anime. It's just so much stuff to watch. It's like, I do want to check out Freerun because I keep.
It's so good.
Like that.
Yeah. That's another one. Recently I also watched Freerun and I watched Dungeon Meshi. Or Delicious in Dungeon, I think is the English.
Yes, I've seen a lot of stuff with Dungeon Meshi, and I think it popped up on Netflix. And my girlfriend like, oh, that looks fun. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll watch it.
Yeah, they're both good. I would recommend those two definitely because they're recent and they're very good.
Yeah, I'm just one of those old birds. Most of the anime I know about are like, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Tenchi Muyo. I remember watching the first seasons of Naruto when it came out. And that show is still going. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, Boruto.
Yeah, I mean, I consider that okay. So like, come on, it's the same characters, it's the same writer, it's the same show. You can change the name slightly, but come on, it's the same continuity. It still counts as the same show, if you ask me. Like, I don't know. Do we really need to put that much? I mean, I guess maybe. Do you think we need to put separation between all the Dragon Balls, or do you consider that to be all just one story?
I didn't watch Dragon Ball actually, so
But
to me, it's all the same.
well, the thing is, the tone of Dragon Ball versus the tone of Dragon Ball Z is very, very different. Dragon Ball is much more of a lighthearted comedy, whereas Dragon Ball Z is just more of a shonen fighting show that had bits of humor, but I still think Dragon Ball Z, the only way to watch it now is abridged. Surely.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dragon Ball Z abridged?
I've seen pieces here and there of the abridged. I've seen more of the abridged than the original.
Yeah. Well, the original, I'm sorry, folks. It's just not a very good show. It's got the worst pacing of any TV show I have ever seen, and that's saying something. I mean, Jesus, Pokemon had better pacing than Dragon Ball Z. Which I think Pokemon was my first anime. I mean, just little 11-year-old birdie just got this new Pokemon video game for his Game Boy, and there's a TV show with it. We're gonna watch Ash Ketchum. And that was my introduction to anime. Do you remember your first anime?
I probably I haven't really thought about it, but probably it would be like Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon is... Yeah, I was shocked to learn that Pokemon is the single most valuable IP in the world. Like, apparently...
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you just think of all the games and TV shows and movies and the merchandise.
Merch. Yeah,
the merch.
The toys and the... Oh my god.
How many 3D representations of Pikachu do you think have been made in the since it started?
So many.
Billions? Maybe billions?
Original fat Pikachu is the best, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not disagreeing with you there. Love that original.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, I've got a question. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, it's very predictable, but I'm going to go with Decidueye, the green bird.
I mean, hey, you got to go with it.
You got to go with it. It's so cool. And it starts at Rowlet. Rowlet's super cute.
Now, some people may think for me it might be Murkrow or that one that's like it's like Corviknight, I think it's called.
Corviknight.
Yeah.
Murkrow, I mean, Honchkrow.
Don't get me wrong. I think they're cool. But my favorite, since I was just a little teenage bird, is and always has been Psyduck. I fucking love Psyduck.
Psyduck's cool.
I mean, he had such great... Like, he was such great comedy on the show. He's such great comedy. But it makes me wonder now, like, watching Pokemon, it's just like, how many trans and non-binary kids saw a character like James and was like, hey, that's kind of me. Like,
James is James is the GOAT. I love you can find like compilations on YouTube of all of the funny James moments. They're so good.
He's just so great. He's just like unapologetically like, I don't give a shit about gender norms and I'm just going to do whatever. And what I really love is that no one ever acts like him doing that is weird or unusual. He's just accepted for who he is. And, I think I mean, yeah, sure, he was a villain, but like Jesse and James never really felt like villains. They were like...
Yeah.
Antagonists, but you know what I mean. They're complicated characters.
Yeah.
Unlike Gary. Gary's a dick. But yeah, classic anime, new anime, hey, whatever. A good show is a good show, but the problem with any medium is that you got to find the good ones and wade through maybe stuff that isn't so good, but I mean, it seems like there's good stuff coming out these days, and I don't know, maybe I need to give anime another chance. I haven't watched that much. I'm trying to think, what is the last anime that I did watch? That I watched all the way through. It might be Little Witch Academia, but even then, that was a while ago.
Mm.
I know. Am I even a real VTuber if I don't watch anime? I guess one of my big problems with animes is that like I feel like a lot of times like I don't connect with the characters that well. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of anime where the characters are pretty shallow written, and
Well, like shonen main characters are often just insufferable.
oh
Like,
yeah,
I mean, I mentioned Little Witch Academia, and what was her name? Like Aka, no, or you know her name.
yeah,
Like she was my least favorite character in the whole show. But the side characters, Akko, that's it. I knew he started with an A and had a K. She was my least favorite character in like the whole show. But like the side characters were interesting enough that I stuck with it. And I feel like that's true with a lot of stuff. Like, whose favorite Naruto character is Naruto? Nobody. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people, but
I mean, there's actually quite a few. I mean, Naruto, as the show progressed and he got older, he really did start becoming a really good character. But no, it wouldn't be an anime if the main character wasn't the like fourth most interesting character in the show.
Well, I mean, I tried starting watching My Hero Academia, and I hated the main character, and that so much I couldn't continue.
I will never watch that show just because I do not think I will like it at all.
It's just like like from what I've seen, like the cast of side characters, they look kind of interesting, but I mean, it was shown in anime. I just don't have time. Like, just give me like a 13 episode. Like, you know what? One of the things I really like is that I think anime kind of started it, but then like 20 years ago, so many American TV shows are like, hey, we can do this too. Why don't we have like shows that actually tell a full story that you watch in order instead of just having everything be episodic? And then it's like the first shows that I watched that were like that were all anime. And then finally, like The Sopranos and Breaking Bad and Lost were like some of the first big ones that were like, oh, hey, this is kind of like anime except live action and, American. But in terms of the format of, hey, we're going to do like 26 episodes and tell the whole story, although those shows all lasted multiple seasons. But I mean, sometimes I just want like a 10 or 12 episode show that tells a story and that's it. That's it. We get in, we get out, but it's too long for a movie, but you don't need to have 300 episodes.
Yeah, well, I definitely have a few recommendations anime-wise. I have so many.
All right, let's get your recommendations. This is now Chiyako's anime recommendation corner.
Hold on, let me open up my anime list. I have a account on my anime list, and I've documented every anime I've watched.
Oh my, I love that. Love that.
So I have 65.7 days of watch time on anime.
Honestly, not that high.
This is 278 seasons.
That's a lot of seasons.
Of entries. The plan to watch list, by the way, is the same. It's like 200 listings per plan. But right now, I would definitely recommend Freerun. It's like the one I would recommend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Freerun was recommended by Jason Mantzoukas, who is a improviser comedian. He is on the How Did This Get Made podcast, and during their mini episodes, they always have a recommendation corner, and he's usually recommending like movies and TV shows that are American made, but he's just recently in an episode, he was like, I just started getting into anime and I watched this one Freerun and it's amazing. And I'm like, wow, never thought I'd heard Jason recommending an anime. If he's recommending it, I think I got to check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you want something that's like, I don't know, more. I don't know. If you want something else, Dungeon Meshi is also really good because it's funny.
I like food.
It's if you like food and you like just comedy, it's good. It also has more than just comedy and food because it has like a story. Dungeon Meshi has so many interesting things that I haven't seen explored in like other animes or like games, I guess, because the whole thing is about a dungeon.
So Dungeon Meshi and Freerun. Now,
yeah.
Do you believe that a show has to be Japanese to be anime?
I think it's kind of. I mean, I don't know. I've always thought
'Cause,
it's
like,
kind of implied, right?
Is Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime?
Kinda. It's weird to call it a cartoon, but I guess it's a cartoon.
Yeah, but I mean, it feels more like an anime than a traditional American cartoon. It's almost kind of like halfway in between. I mean, it's definitely inspired by anime style. It's
Yeah.
got an anime style story. It's like it feels kind of like a Western anime, but it's like Western definition. So Hasio's saying a hard no. If it ain't from Japan, it ain't anime.
Yeah. That's. I think I would agree with that.
Anime's
that
not
take.
anime if it's not from Japan. Otherwise, it's just sparkling cartoons.
It can be good cartoons. Cartoon doesn't have to be a bad word, you know. There can be good cartoons like Avatar. But
Yeah, well,
yeah.
and that's the thing. And like, well, did you also ever watch She-Ra and the Princesses of Power?
No.
Okay, I recommend that because that I would say is very similar along the lines of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's an American-made, show, and it's surprisingly good. It's like, what? It's She-Ra though. That's just a show about like an 80s toy thing, but like the new show actually did some really good stuff with it. Has really, great characters, good representation, and tells actually a pretty interesting story. It's like this She-Ra show has no right to be this good, but it is. Still just a rat in a cage, understand? So yeah, I would recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, so
Ooh.
go there and check that out.
That means it's on VR chat for free. Let's go.
That means it's on VR chat for free. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. I mean, it's got fun characters and like, yeah, it's likable. It feels like I said, it's another one of the shows that was clearly it's not an anime, but it's clearly heavily anime inspired.
Right.
And
Alright.
well, I mean, I guess yes, I would probably agree with Hasio that if it's not from Japan, it's not technically anime, but that's okay. Like I've always said, is like art. Is this art or is this not art? Well, whether something is or isn't art, it's almost a meaningless, label, because whether something is or is not art has absolutely no bearing on its quality, on its value, of its purpose. It's just, okay, it is or it isn't, and who cares if it is or it isn't, That doesn't mean, it's like, who cares if this is or isn't anime? If it's good, it's good.
Good is good.
Good is good. And, I mean, there's obviously, like, wasn't there one, like, 10 years ago or so that was from France that got pretty popular? I think it was called Wakfu. It was, like, there's, like, fantasy sports. And by fantasy sports, I mean, like, a fantasy setting, but they played a sport. But, like, not like, 35-year-old dudes pretending that NFL players are connected to them.
Right.
The MMO cartoon. Was it an MMO cartoon? The only MMO cartoons I know of are Dot Hack and Sword Art Online. Wakfu was MMO. I didn't know that.
Log Horizon. It's another
Log
anime
Horizon.
about an MMO.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always said my favorite isekai anime is The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Wizard of Oz is an isekai.
Someone else knows Log Horizon. Let's go. Recognition. I'll take it.
Jindal knows all sorts of things. Jindal is a cultured lion.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Anyways, my last recommendation for anime is called Vivi.
Vivi.
It's about an android, and there's time travel in there, and there are robots and AI, and a lot of fighting, and it's super cool.
Now, how's that spelled?
Vivy.
Okay.
And it's only 12 episodes, and it's a complete story.
Okay. Yeah, when you were saying Vivi, I was thinking of the Black Mage from Final Fantasy IX.
No, not that one.
I mean, he is the best. He is the best character in Final Fantasy IX. I
agree with that. I haven't played Final Fantasy IX, but I agree with it. I've seen that character design like everywhere.
Yeah, he's just a cute little black mage. Oh
Yeah.
God, Final Fantasy
He's a
IX
little
was so
guy.
great. That game was so great.
The only Final Fantasy I've played is 14 online.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is one of those games that I'm avoiding because I know if I started playing it, I would become instantly addicted and would not like I recognize the game is too good for me to start playing.
Yeah. It gets good after the 50-hour mark. Just you gotta get through a Realm Reborn, and then you've gotta.
That's like telling somebody to watch a show and saying, "Hey, it gets good after the first season."
I know. It is. It is exactly like saying that. But I mean, it's fun. It's the best MMO I've played, and I've played dozens of MMOs.
I've had trouble getting people to watch BoJack Horseman. I know a couple people who started it, and they're like, I got through the first few episodes, and it wasn't for me. I'm like, no! You have to get to, like, episode 6. The first 5 episodes are the worst 5 episodes of the entire show. Please, just give it more time! Like, I don't know. You watch Star Trek Next Generation, right? Have you? I hope so.
Oh, maybe it's like, no.
Okay. Well, it notoriously has a really, really bad first season. And it's just like, yeah, there's some shows where it's just like, please, dude, it's like, you almost need to have people recommend hey, start on these episodes, and if you like them, then go back and watch the early ones. Because that's kind of what I did, but yeah. Anyway,
I've definitely had anime where people are like, "Oh, this anime is so good," and I watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm like halfway through a season of this anime, and I don't like it. I'm just like, I'm gonna drop it. I did that. People are gonna hate me for this. I did that with Demon Slayer. I think that anime is bad.
Hey, I mean, that's the thing. Is just like, people like a show. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. But we've only got so much time, and there's just so much media. We don't have time to consume it all, and so we got to find stuff we really like. And by that I mean, let's just watch the same shows and movies and play the same games that we've already done over and over and over and over again. Because there's something to be said about comfort in the familiar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plug yourself into the digital network.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, folks. It's past 8 o'clock, so you know what that means. It's that time, folks. It's time for the most important segment of the entire show. That's right, folks. It's time for Bird of the Day.
Oh!
Chiyako, are you ready for Bird of the Day?
I am ready for Bird of today.
Let's go!
Let's go.
But, the bagel's on my head. I forgot to bring out the bagel.
Bagel! Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're just going to hold on to this bagel now. Chiyako brought me a bagel. We like bagels. Bagels are a, preferred treat of many types of birds, particularly ones that live in urban centers, like New York City. The pigeons like to eat bagels there. They got great bagels in New York City. But, a crow loves a bagel with a little cream cheese on it. However, our bird of the day today does not like to eat bagels. This is not a bagel-eating kind of bird. Now, bird of the day today, I wanted to have something that was a little bit like my guest here, Chiyako. And that I wanted to do a green bird. A very green bird. But this bird does not eat bagels. This bird does not eat seeds. This bird does not eat rodents. No, this bird eats fish.
Fish! Oh my god.
They are excellent fish hunters. In fact, so much that that's part of their name. Today's bird of the day is the green kingfisher.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those little guys. He's got
a little fish in his mouth.
He got a little fish in his mouth. That's what they do. Kingfishers get little fishies in their mouth. And they're just cute little guys. Like, alright, tell you a little bit more about it. You look at these guys, they're not very big. 7.5 to 8.5 inches long. But look at it. That's from tip of beak to tip of tail. And that's like 4 of their inches. So, I mean, these are just... Kingfishers are little guys. They're little guys. 9 to 10 inch wingspan. I mean, they're, I guess I'd say about robin sized, maybe. Only weighing about 1.2 to 1.4 ounces. Very, very little small guys. And by their name, of course, they are green in color. Although the males... You see that nice, bright, reddish-orange patch on there? The males have that patch. The females, they have just kind of more brown and light-colored on their things. So, males got to be like, hey, baby, check out my red patch. They are pretty well long-lived for a bird this size. It's about a 15-year lifespan. That's not bad for a bird this size. Not bad at all. And as you can see there, they like to live in South and Central America. Although it looks like they do dip just a little bit up into Texas there. So in
Ooh.
southern Texas, you can see some of these people. And apparently not in Mexico City. If you see a dot there, they like all of Mexico, but not Mexico City. I mean, it's
Just
maybe...
not there.
And it's just like, hey, we're going to be in every single country in South America, except you, Chile. Screw you, Chile. We're going to stay on the east side of these mountains. Yeah, I guess they like being east of the Andes. But yeah, apparently the most common place you're going to see these little fellers is in the jungles of the Amazon and the thick jungle areas of Central and South America. They like to live like... You know, what do these guys feast on? They're going to feast on those little fishies in the Amazon River and any other place where there's lots of water. Because they're kingfishers. Where are you going to see these guys? You're going to see them... Which is why it's like, I feel like a lot of this map doesn't feel accurate. Because a lot of these areas, is there even any fish in some of these areas? I feel like...
Maybe like rivers and stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I could see them fishing on the Rio Grande. But... in those central desert areas of northern Mexico? I don't know. I don't know. But, hey, I didn't make this map. I found this map on Wikipedia. Yeah, that's right. I use Wikipedia as one of my sources.
Did you just search green birds?
Kinda. But, like, I wanted to, I like to try and switch it up. Like, I just did a green parrot a couple weeks ago, so I didn't want to do another green parrot.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
Most green birds are parrots.
Yeah,
not all of them, but I did the common kingfisher like 2 years ago, and I feel it'd be nice to. I've updated my birds of the day since then, a little nicer format. So I figured I'd do another time for another kingfisher.
Kingfisher. Well, I am green and do like fish, so
that's good. That's good.
We'll count that as a win.
Now, these They are monogamous for a season, but not for life. They do not mate for life. At the beginning of the season, a male's going to go out there and show off his big red neck feathers and also do like little flittering. They kind of do their little displays. They do their calls to lure the ladies in. They do their little dancing, show off their feathers. And then once they decide to mate, both of the parents are going to dig a little nest in the ground. They are ground nesters. They're going to find an area that's kind of hidden away behind like tall reeds and stuff, and they're going to dig a little hole in the ground, and that's where they're going to lay their eggs. And they're going to do 2 to 6 eggs per clutch. And the thing is, a lot of it, they don't really have too much of a season because a lot of it's very, equatorial. So they might do 2 or 3 clutches per year, although typically they're going to be doing them, like north of the equator, they tend to do it more in the summertime and, kind of in your, April to May areas. But in the southern hemisphere, they're going to be doing it more in like October, November, It's not really consistent. They don't have a consistent breeding season because a lot of it depends on where in the world they are. And yeah, they might do 2 or 3 per year. Once the eggs are laid, both parents are going to do the incubating, although the female does the majority of it. She sits there all night, and then during the day, like the male will be like, all right, you go get some food. I'll sit on the babies. And then she'll come back and like, all right, you go get some food. I'll sit on the babies. But then at night when they're roosting, the male will lay nearby, but the female is going to stay on the nest. And then, of course, once the babies are born, both parents are going to take turns going out, catching some fish, chewing them up, and regurgitating them back into the mouths of the little babies.
As you do.
As they do. And yeah, the babies are going to stick around with their parents for a couple months, and then they go off and on their own. And they usually reach breeding age. Some of them do it when they're a year old. Most are going to wait till they're like 2 years old before they start having babies of their own. Yeah. Kids, I brought sashimi. Yeah, I think so. Delicious sashimi. Yeah, I mean, they like their fish raw. I've never seen a kingfisher put their fish on top of a rice before or put it into a roll with some avocado.
We could teach them.
We could teach them. I mean, I don't know. They seem like fairly intelligent little guys. I got a little video one. I like videos? Of course we like videos. Look at this guy. This is one in Costa Rica. Look at that guy. Look at that beautiful red chest he's got there. They have such goofy looking little faces. Chirping.
Oh, I gotta turn the sound on so I can hear it for a sec. Yeah.
God, their beaks are amazing. I just love how they have such round, wide heads, and then this gigantic beak on it.
Yeah. It almost looks like you took the beak off a different bird and put it on this one.
I know, it's like, okay, what if we put a loon's beak on a robin?
The absolute shot.
Yeah. Yeah, just such pretty little birds, and I love their emerald green and that. I mean, the red and the green. It's kind of more of a red, kind of more of an. I don't know. Is that burnt sienna? Is that an example of the crayon color burnt sienna in nature?
Yeah, it's a little bit brighter than a burnt sienna, but it is
and
just
he's
about
gone.
that shade.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Went too far. Yes, as we mentioned earlier, here's a female. As you can see, the females look quite different. Not so red, but still very pretty. Still very, very pretty. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Yes, they are kingfishers because they are very good at catching fish. But turns out that isn't all they eat. Fish is about 95% of their diet, but if they see a small lizard or like a big bug like a locust, and opportunistically they'll grab it. They'll grab it. Apparently, they often will feed insects more to their children, because apparently insect meat is very good for baby birds. A lot of birds do that. Even birds that are vegetarian will feed their babies insects as they're growing up, and then they'll stop eating meat as they grow up.
I'm glad my parents didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, harpies have a meat diet. We know that.
Oh yeah.
But they have a nice little fishing technique. Well, they like to go to trees and branches that hang out over water, and they'll sit there and they'll perch, and they have a very good eyesight. Very, very good eyesight for such a little bird. And they'll see fish swimming in the water, and they'll dive down and they'll nab it. They have pretty good water resistance on their wings, so they can hit the water, and the water just slides right off their little feathers. They got the oils, not quite to the same level as a duck, but, similar. And they got oily feathers that are very good at repelling water, so they can hit the water, grab the fish, fly out, and be pretty dry and not get bogged down by all the water. It's just pretty impressive. And, this is actually the second bird in a while that we've talked about that they have two sets of eyelids. They have the, normal eyelids that, humans have, but then they also have a invisible eyelid that's clear so that when they go underwater, they can still see, but not get water in their eyes, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
They got built-in swimming goggles.
Yeah, built-in little swimming goggles. Super handy. Super handy. But another adaptation they have is that if you look at them more straight on, you can actually see both of their eyes. Both their eyes are a bit more forward-facing than many other birds. Obviously, like owls have forward-facing eyes, but many birds have, the eyes on the sides of their head, and they don't really have great binocular vision. But these guys do, because that really helps them determine the depth of the little fishies in the water. So very, very useful. And last little bit that I have to say about them is their populations have remained stable over the last 20 years, so they are a species of least concern, not endangered. So we love that. We love that.
All right.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
Plenty of them. They're doing well, but obviously they face the same challenges that all wild animals do, and that climate change and deforestation, it's their biggest threats, but they seem to be adapting okay.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Well, lucky for them, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Oh! Even though they're really more river hunters than sea hunters, but
Fish in the
it's a good
river.
joke. We're not going to let that get in the way of a good joke.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love this picture. Look at him. He's like, this guy just told a joke. So yeah, my thoughts is I've always had a soft spot for kingfishers. They're just such cute little guys. And it's just like, you look at that guy and you're like, this guy is one of the most ferocious hunters in the bird world. And you look at him and he's just like, this little goofy guy?
He's just a little guy.
Yes,
He's just a
this little guy. This little guy. He's great. And then, I mean, I love kingfishers also, you know, as a whole, I mean, look up the other species of kingfisher. They are beautiful birds in terms of their colorations, their patterns, just gorgeous little guys. And yeah, I love that. I love their little heads. I love their big, long beaks. Love those big, long beaks. You got any thoughts, Chiyako? What are your thoughts on the green kingfisher?
Bird. Yeah, I mean, it seemed pretty good. It's a good choice. I like these things.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to have picked a bird that you enjoy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not much.
My suggestion was already done.
Yes. Yes. You suggested the sandhill crane, and I've covered them. I mean, sandhill cranes are amazing, but hey, I still did a water bird.
Good bird. Yeah.
Although these guys hang out, they don't spend a lot of time in the water. They just spend a lot of time near the water. Kind of like me this last week. I was near the water, but I never got into it because it was cold. It was really cold this last week. The water temperature was like 74 degrees. That's cold water. No thanks. Yeah. Green kingfishers. Great, cute little guys. As always, go to YouTube and type in their name. There's lots of great videos and more in-depth coverage on them that people with more resources than me have done. And yeah, we like it. But if you are watching this on YouTube, could you hit that like and subscribe? I hate begging for that. But, you know, it does help. It does help. But yeah, we're going to call this bird of the day done. We're going to get back to the studio. One of these days, I'm going to remember to mute the intro music before I go to bird of the day. One of these days, but today is not that day.
But today is not that day.
Now, where it is now time for the Sunday Dusk quiz, where you must do a quiz.
Oh no, this is the thing, isn't it?
Yes. Well, this week's quiz was directly inspired by last week's guest. Now, if you remember, my guest last week was Nebulux, and she has been doing a series of streams in which she reviews different flavors of Mountain Dew. So today's quiz will be entirely revolving around Mountain Dew. Now tell me, Chiyako, do you like Mountain Dew?
Oh, yeah, I mean, as a gamer.
Yes. But this quiz is called Did They Do the Dew?
Do the Dew.
I am going to present you 16 different flavors of Mountain Dew. And your job is to tell me, is this a real flavor of Mountain Dew that they actually created?
Oh my god.
Or is this something that Twig made up?
Let me put my gamer glasses on here.
Gotta put your gamer glasses on.
I'm ready.
Now, I have to say, making up the fake ones for this one was rather difficult, because turns out they have made a crap load of flavors of Mountain Dew. Like,
oh boy.
Yeah. It'd be so Jover, this quiz, if I was on. Wait, what does Jover mean, Dreyfig?
It's Jover. It's so Jover.
So Jover. Well, are you ready for the Did They Do the Dew quiz?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Let's do this. All right. Green Label, which was a combination of kiwi and apple flavors. Is that a real dew? Is that a fake dew?
Well, that's a real dew.
That's a real dew? Have you had it?
No.
Well, but you are right. It is a real dew. I mean, honestly, sounds kind of good. I'd try that.
I would.
Kiwi green apple? That. I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Green Label. It is indeed real. All right. This one was one of those corporate crossover things. So they limited run. In fact, most of these are going to be limited run. In fact, all of them are limited run. I think only one or two of these flavors you can even still get anymore. But they did Sour Patch Kids one, and it basically was like fruit juices, but was a sour drink to go with the sweet and sour thing. Was this real?
I know Sour Patch does crossovers. They have the Oreos that nobody bought
Yep.
that are still in the stores, I think. So I know that they do crossovers. I don't know if they did one with Mountain Dew, but it sounds believable enough, so I'm gonna go with they did the Dew.
You're gonna go with real. Well, I'm sorry, I made this one up because I knew Sour Patches had so many crossovers. I'm like, oh, that'd be a good fake one to get in there.
You got me.
I got you. Well, hey, like I say with these quizzes, don't feel bad if you get one wrong because you have not studied for this and it was a pop quiz out of nowhere. So
This was absolutely a pop quiz.
look, there's 16 questions. If you can get more than 8, then you're good. That means you're better than random chance.
I might get 4.
Also, I may or may not have done 8 real, 8 fake. Could have been 7 and 9, 6 and 10. You don't know.
It's all fake.
All right. Flamin' Hot. Flamin' Hot Cheetos with citrus flavoring.
Oh, I don't believe this.
You think this is fake?
There's no way. This has got to be fake, right?
Okay. I'm going to put down fake as your answer. And I'm sorry, but this is real. Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew is real. It is absolutely real.
Why? Why is that real? Who made this? I'm taking my gamer classes off.
But you know what? The funny thing is Dreyfrig is right. It's actually kind of good.
Oh no!
It's like I tried one once just because like they had like a can and it's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So it's like citrus flavors like lime and like yeah, and it was just like it just had a little bit of heat to it. It was surprisingly good. And this one I believe is actually still for sale.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. You're digging deep for these ones.
Oh, I'm digging deep. I went.
Oh.
Luckily, there was a page that had every single Mountain Dew flavor that ever existed on it, and I used that.
No!
Where is it for sale? Maybe it's not for sale anymore. I feel like I saw it last year, but maybe that was just last year. I don't know.
It's over.
It's even one of the cans Neb brought for you. Yeah, actually, if you've been paying attention to the slide on the bottom, a can of this is in the slideshow. Because that's yeah, there it is right there.
No! I missed it by that much.
Missed by that much.
I should have stalled more before giving my answer so quick.
Should have.
Ow.
All right.
Maybe there's another can in this. Maybe.
All right. Doritos nacho cheese flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh, I'd see again. I feel like no.
So you're gonna go no?
I'm gonna reluctantly go no. I wish.
Oh, Chiyako,
I feel like
I'm so sorry.
oh,
It's real.
I'm losing it.
It's real.
These are all collabs that I'd like.
Now,
I've
to be
never
fair, this one was extremely limited run. It was only made for like. It was never for sale, but it was available at like promotional stuff. Like they were doing it like promotional things at like music concerts and like college campuses and stuff. So they did make it, they did distribute it, but I don't think you could ever actually buy it in stores. But it's still a thing that they did, and why?
Because that's like the ultimate gamer fusion is you drink the Mountain Dew and have Doritos, and I thought if they actually did a collab, then I would hear more about it.
I mean, being both Doritos and Mountain Dew are owned by PepsiCo, so it is like the natural crossover, but yeah. All right.
I'm just gonna say they're all right now. All of these are real.
Well, Mountain Dew Hurricane. It's basically a virgin hurricane cocktail, which is a famous drink in New Orleans. So, you got lime, orange, passion fruit. So it's basically, it's a hurricane, but it's carbonated and non-alcoholic.
See, this is believable to me. This is a very believable one. So naturally, I'm going to say this is fake.
Okay, you're going to put down it as fake.
You
sniffed it out. You sniffed it out. You sniffed it out. It's fake.
Let's go. I changed my answer at the last second. I was about to say it was real, and then I was like, no, it's too good to be true.
Honestly, it sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I drink
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
I'd have one of those.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Mountain Dew Super Berry. So, goes with like the super berries. So it's got goji berries, acai berries, and raspberries.
Super berries. Oh, see, this one's reading similar to the last one, but for some reason I want to say this one is real.
Okay, you're gonna go with real on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's fake. I made it up.
Oh, I
was
should
like-
have stuck to my gut.
That was one of the things I was like, have they ever made a Mountain Dew with acai berry? And it turns out they had not.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like, oh, well, that's great fodder for fakeness then.
No berry Mountain Dew?
I mean, there are berry-flavored Mountain Dews, but not with goji and acai.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, blackberry, yeah, those have all been used in flavors, but the
No, like,
super
mixed
berry,
Super
I made
berries.
this. Sorry, we made it up. We lied. It's not real. Not this
Yes.
time.
It was never real.
We made it up. All right. Mountain Dew Dragon's Breath, which of course was primarily dragon fruit flavored, and with also added pineapple and mango because dragon fruit is not a very strong flavor on its own.
Ah. The old tropical Mountain Dew. See, again, I can't. I'm trying to like feel these out to like, you know, get where my head's going and like, is this real? Is this not real? Would this be real? Don't know. I feel. How many of these are gonna be fake? I'm gonna call them real. I'm gonna get them all wrong. You know what? I'm calling this one real.
You're
We
gonna call
need-
this one real?
We need some dragon. We need some dragon in this.
Sorry,
Mountain
this
Dew.
is another one made up by the brilliant mind of Corvus Twig.
Listen, they're gonna be real sooner or later. Sooner or later, if I keep voting real, they're gonna be real.
I mean, I'm pretty proud of this one. Like, that sounds so real, doesn't it? Dragon's Breath? I mean, come on.
Berry one sounded realer than the.
That's true. That's true. All right. Mountain Dew Fruit Quake, which was a fruitcake flavored Mountain Dew.
You know what? I'm gonna break the streak here. I'm gonna go fake, and I'm gonna regret it because I'm gonna be wrong. But I'm going fake.
Chiyako, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
They did it. Those
They
six
did
sons
it.
of bitches did it.
Fruit quake.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's real. It's,
Why would you want? Why would you want this one?
I don't know.
I would want the dragon one or the acai berry one, but I
I
wouldn't
know,
want
so
this
would
one.
I.
And this is the one they made. Why? And apparently the Dorito one was limited. Oh my god.
I know. Like, maybe that's just the way you do this quiz. If it sounds good, it's fake. If it sounds disgusting, it's real.
I need to reverse psychology this quiz.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How many more I got left?
Yeah, this is still just a rat in a cage just saying, yeah, all the fucked up ones are real and none of the actual good sounding ones.
I'm getting slaughtered out here.
All right. Red Velvet Mountain Dew. It was red velvet flavored with chocolate and cream cheese flavoring. Because, yeah, the red velvet cake is actually just chocolate cake dyed red.
Yeah. But it's so good though. Whatever they put in that red, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's just good, rich chocolate cake. Yeah.
I know there's been red velvet flavored other things. Like I think there's red velvet Oreos,
Oh, there definitely is. They're very good.
right? Yeah. So it's like this one could be real. I'm going to go with real on this one.
It's just disgusting enough to be real.
Yeah.
But it's not. I made it up.
Oh my god. I got baited.
The name is so plain. I know, right? Look, coming up with the fake names was almost the hardest part of this.
Uh,
All right. You're going to get this one.
okay, so the worst names are probably the fake ones.
All right. Mountain Dew Maple Madness, which
Oh,
was a maple syrup flavored Mountain Dew.
See, my instinct here is there's no way, right? There's just no way, and instinctively I just want to say it's not.
So we're going to say fake. All right.
Yeah, I'll go
You got
with-
this one. This one was fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got one.
Not even
We're on
not
the
even
board.
in Canada. That would have been a little too much. I suppose I could have put the Vermont state flag, but you know, got to go with the maple leaf. I'll go with the maple leaf.
Oh yeah.
All right. Johnson City Gold, a lemon lime malt beverage flavored, named after Johnson City, Tennessee.
I don't know why, but I believe this one.
Okay. So
It's random enough for it to be a real thing. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna go real on this one.
I'm gonna go real on this one.
Well, you'd be right.
Yeah, let's go.
So apparently they did a series of craft malt flavored Mountain Dews, and each one of them was named after a city. And yeah, Johnson City, Tennessee got.
Oh.
Yeah, I wonder what it tastes like.
It was too specific. I knew it had to be real.
Yes, yeah. That was a good way to suss it out.
If you changed the city to a different city and made it fake, it would have got me.
Yes. Cleveland Bronze. All right. Mountain Dew Stevia. So basically, this was just regular Mountain Dew flavored, except their sweetener, they use stevia instead of, aspartame or sucralose or sugar.
Ooh.
They just used stevia. So it's Mountain Dew Stevia.
I'm gonna go with fake on this one.
Oh, you sussed it out.
Let's go.
Oh, I thought I might get you on that one.
I'm getting better. I'm revving up.
Sounds plausible.
Like a chain gun. Yeah. Now we're nothing but winners.
All right, winner.
Let me put my gamer glasses back on.
Oh yeah, get those gamer glasses
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. I
already
believe
know.
in you. All right. Mountain Dew Typhoon, which was a strawberry pineapple flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh, this is very believable. But is it too good to be true? Oh. I'm gonna go real. I believe this. I believe it.
It indeed was real, and it was delicious.
Oh, let's go.
So this was part of the first ever Democracy, which had the Typhoon, which was a strawberry pineapple. This one took second place. My favorite one was called Distortion, and it was lime flavored. It was like a lime Mountain Dew, and it was so good. It was amazing. But it took last place and thus was immediately discontinued. The winner was Mountain Dew Whitewash.
Whitewash.
Yeah, Whitewash.
That's probably not the best name they could have gone with.
Yeah, he's like, okay, so you're gonna name it after a type of like thin paint that you put
Yeah, backwash would have been
backwash.
better. Backwash
Yeah,
would have been
Mountain Dew backwash. Yeah. Whitewash is actually pretty good. It was like I don't know, it was like kind of citrusy and pineapple-y. It was like white. It was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it should have won. It was my least favorite of the three, and it was the one that won.
Oh.
Now that's discontinued too.
Dang.
And they've done like 3 or 4 Democracies, and all of them ended up like. But I think LimeWire won one of those, and that one stuck around.
That one's good.
Yeah. All right. Mountain Dew Cake Smash. It was birthday cake flavored.
Cake Smash. This one's cool.
Cake
I
Smash.
want this one to be real, but I don't think it is.
All right. So
But
we're gonna.
I'm gonna go with fake. But if it's real, then I won't be mad because this sounds awesome. But I'm gonna go with fake.
It was real.
Oh, let's go! It's real.
It's real.
It's
Like,
real.
It feels like the last few years, like birthday, like I don't remember birthday cake being a flavor of things. Then like 10 years ago, suddenly someone invented it. Now there's like birthday cake ice cream, birthday cake Mountain Dew, birthday cake. Actually, birthday cake Oreos are goddamn amazing.
Oh yeah,
They're my favorite Oreo.
Have you had the confetti cupcake Pop Tarts?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, so good, so good.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Beeld Mancer. Meow to you too.
Yo, what
All
up,
right.
Lancer?
All right, we've only got 2 left, and you have to
Okay.
get both of them right to break even.
Oh no, I'm doing so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do this. I believe in you.
All right.
All right, you got this. You got this. All right, Mountain Dew Split, which was basically a banana split flavored one. So you had banana, cherry, and pineapple flavors.
Ooh, I'm gonna go fake on this one.
Gonna go fake. All right, very good. I was proud of this one. It sounded plausible, but no, you sussed me out.
I sussed
You
it out.
sussed me out. I mean, I think it could be good, but I think all the
Maybe.
flavors in there. Maybe remove the chocolate and do the rest of the flavors in there, but
Oh, with Mountain Dew?
I don't know. Could work. I mean, if you just have a mix of fruit flavors, any combination of fruit flavors, sweetened and carbonated, is going to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, the last one.
Last one.
Mountain Dew Sangrita Blast. Basically, it's sangria flavored with cherry and pomegranate.
Ooh. Ooh. Do I want to go? This one could go either way.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one that could go either way. I'm gonna go fake on this one.
You're gonna go fake on this one.
I'm gonna go fake on this one.
I'm sorry, it's real.
It's real. Let's go. I did worse than breaking even.
Yes, you got 7 out of 16.
All right.
Which, to me, that just means that Mountain Dew has made disgusting flavors, or I'm just really good at coming up with fake ones.
Well, I got a lot of the real ones wrong.
Yeah, a lot of them you're like, there's no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
No way that's
I'm
real.
sorry,
And it
folks.
was.
It's
And it
very
was.
real. It's very real. But hey, the important thing is, did you have fun?
Oh yeah, that was good. That was
good.
different. I liked it.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody in the chat for playing along and chatting. You had some great comments there. So, yeah, great. But now we're coming to the worst part of the show. The saddest part of the show. Well, we got to say goodbye.
Oh no.
We gotta call it. But before we leave, is there anything you'd like to plug before we head out of here?
Me. Check out me on me.com. Wait, what is it? How does...
Okay. Bentai, you want to just throw them another shout out? That'd be great.
Let's go. Yeah, I stream occasionally. It's only been like a couple times a month lately, but I'll do some more. I might stream tonight after this.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
After a short break, I might jump on and play some game.
Everybody, go check them out, follow, and we will see you next week. My guest is a puppet VTuber named Rizaldia. You might know her from Chiyako's Poetry Nights. That's how I met her. And also, hopefully, we'll be doing another episode of Twig's Missing Movies coming up here soon. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, everybody, have yourself a great night and enjoy the rest of June. You know, I haven't said it yet, but happy Pride Month to everybody. And we're going to keep on rolling through. So be gay, do crimes, and have a great... thanks for the follow, Bill Lancer. But yes, we will see you all next week. And I screwed that up. There we go. Intro's playing now. We're raiding into Fifi. Fifi's cool. Ow, ow, ow. I don't think people need to listen to the whole song. Where are you going to go? Bye!